Hi there, I'm Tove Kane. I'm a laughter yoga master trainer, and I'm so glad you're here to watch these 40 foundation laughter exercises with laughter yoga. I am a master trainer, which means I teach leaders to go and facilitate laughter yoga and teachers who can teach leaders. So it's my privilege to be able to show you these 40 foundation exercises. Please go ahead and give us a like on the channel. We would really appreciate it, and subscribe. Come back for more. In the meantime, let me just say this is a journey. I'll take you through all 40 of the foundation exercises. There are many more. Laughter yoga is about unconditional laughter to lift your mood. It boosts your immunity, it creates connection, it builds your resilience so that you can cope with whatever comes your way. Helps you to concentrate at work even. So I'll guide you right the way through from number 1, which is our Namaste laughter, all the way through to the group laughter exercises. I really hope you enjoy them, and remember, go ahead and like this video. Welcome to some laughter yoga here on retreat, and we get to enjoy the 40 foundation laughter yoga exercises. These exercises are designed to help you extend your laughter practice. We know from scientific research that we need to be laughing for 10 to 15 minutes at a time in order to get the scientifically proven physiological and psychological health benefits. We're talking about having a dose, a good dose of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and of course those pain relievers that also feel so good, the endorphins. It's good for your cardiovascular system. It helps to produce and stimulate the production of natural killer cells, which help fight off cancer. And we know that the greater your chance to calm down and relax lifts your mood, but it also boosts your immunity. So laughter is really the best medicine. Laughter yoga was created by a medical doctor, Dr. Madan Kataria, in India in 1995. Since then, there are over 120 different countries worldwide, all using laughter yoga for the wonderful holistic benefits to help you improve yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and just to bring joy back into your life. So let's begin our 40 foundation exercises, and we begin going to India into Namaste laughter. How this works is bring your hands into Namaste and then greet, bow, and laugh when you see the next person that you're near. Namaste. What I normally do when I'm doing this in a session is I will invite people to greet as many people as they possibly can in a session, greeting and bowing and laughing. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste laughter. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 on our 40 foundation laughter yoga exercises is fake it till you make it. Now, I know that some people have some kind of resistance to the concept of fake it till you make it, but in a way, let's just use that as our starting point. You might prefer terms like pretend to laugh or don't really laugh, right? But what we want to do is produce the sound of laughter, and let's see how long it is before the real laughter comes. So you might want to start with cynical laughter. Ha 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 ha. You might want to just start with the sound of laughter. So we breathe in and go ha 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 ha. So with fake it till you make it, we make the sound of laughter, we pretend to laugh, and then we get to laugh. This is a world favorite. It is milkshake laughter. So in India, they have lassi milk where they mix it into 2 cups, and that's how the tradition began. But with laughter yoga, we imagine holding 2 cups in our hands, and we pour, making the sound and then we do this drink and laugh. Do you want to try it again? Now you might have somebody who's lactose intolerant. We have a solution. Hey! You can even get playful. Hey! The most important thing is that being active like that, you can get really big glasses going, right? Or really tiny glasses and have fun with it. But this is really one of the all-time classics of laughter yoga. It's milkshake laughter. Welcome to our next laughter yoga exercise for you. This is cell phone laughter. In some countries it's known as mobile phone laughter. And of course it depends on what age you come from as to how you hold the imaginary phone. Some people like to hold the phone like this. Some people hold it like this. Some people hold it like this. Whichever way represents your style of holding a phone, you imagine that on this call it's the funniest thing you've ever had. Sometimes I like to imagine I get another call. Hold on. Hi. And then I like to imagine letting them laugh with. But cell phone laughter, mobile phone laughter, this is great fun. Have fun. And you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of people like to walk and talk, so you can do that too. In laughter yoga, we have various value-based exercises, and this one helps us when we get that credit card bill. Normally the tension comes up and the stress, but with laughter we are able to let go some of that anxiety and think about, hey, did I really need to buy that? So you imagine that you get a bill, you see the bill, maybe you want to make a thing about tearing open the envelope. And then maybe the dread of getting it out, but there it is. Oh, the evidence is there. But with laughter yoga, instead of being upset about the bill, we now look at the bill, point at it and laugh. You might want to show the bill to other people. I sometimes imagine that I'm turning another page. Credit card bill laughter. This laughter exercise is absolutely delicious. This is, I don't know why laughter, right? So we go like this. People ask you, why are you laughing? In fact, this is what they did ask Dr. Kataria in the club in Mumbai, in the park there. What are you doing? And they went, I don't know. I don't know. It's lovely, right? So every time somebody asks you, what's laughter yoga? You can even go, I don't know. It's either known as I don't know laughter or just laughing. We're just laughing. So our next exercise is argument laughter, and this is really important because often when we're arguing we feel super stressed and it's actually quite aggressive. So laughter yoga enables us to diffuse that aggression by going ha ha ha. So we make soft fingers and we wag them about a bit, ha ha ha. And we can diffuse that stressful thing by going ha 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 ha. You know, very often we are arguing with ourselves about things, right? So ha ha. Ah. Argument laughter is a great way to release stress and pressure that builds up in a traditionally aggressive, difficult space. What's lovely with laughter yoga is how exercises evolve from the people in clubs and the groups. And sometimes the exercises come from the work that we do. This is 1 meter laughter, and this comes from a person who was in the textile industry, and he was describing how to measure when they have fabric. And it became a laughter exercise. I'll show it to you now. Imagine that you are measuring 1 meter. So you take wrist to elbow, elbow to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, and open up your other arm. 1 meter laughter. We do it in reverse on the other side. So people often ask us, what is the yoga part of laughter yoga. It's largely to do with the breath. This is an exercise that does come from a yogic practice. It's called Sima Mudra, and it's known as lion laughter. When I do lion laughter, I like to allow people to gather up everything that they're stressed about, worried about, anxious about, fearful about, all of those difficult emotions that they're going through. If I imagine them gathering them and gathering them in, and then they get so upset about them that they need to release them on a lion's roar, that we open up our paws, stick out the tongue and laugh. This is very important. The tongue coming out activates the diaphragm. So lion laughter. This is another great exercise, especially interesting in care homes and in boardrooms for your corporate clients. It's always interesting to see people dressed in suits doing lion laughter. But it's a really great tension reliever and a fantastic exercise for stress relief. So there's a certain exercise that we do at the end of our sessions. It's called gradient laughter. And what we do is we invite people to come closer inwards in a circle, and we just start with very soft laughter. Breathing in. And as the group starts to feel the energy, we allow our mouths to open wider and we allow our laughter to get louder and louder. And sometimes what I've seen Dr. Kataria do is he allows the laughter to slow down to a stop, and then he takes a breath in and he lets it build up once more. So I really like that momentum shift, and maybe that will work for you too. Gradient laughter. Our next laughter exercise is called hot soup laughter. So you imagine that you've got your bowl and you've got your spoon and you're just about to take a sip, but it's too hot. Some people start cooling their mouths like this. But there's something playful about that action and cooling down. But of course, if you actually had your spoonful of hot soup and you did this, you'd be flicking it everywhere, right? So when I do this in a session, I'll often put people, encourage them to put their spoon down and then hot soup. Hot, 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 hot. I remember the first time I saw this exercise, it was so interesting. It looked like magic, and it's called magic laughter. So how you do it is you bring up two fingers and you bring them together in circular motion, saying the sound A. So you go A. On the third time that the fingers touch, something magical happens. Why don't I show you first and then I'll explain it. Are you ready? Let's do some magic laughter. A. Did you see how the peace signs arrived? Wonderful. And then with more peace, we can have even more. So let's have a look at some magic laughter again. And of course, one of the premises of Dr. Kataria's message is health, happiness, and world peace through laughter. So the world peace is really important, and that's the great connection with magic laughter. World peace. Sometimes it starts with just peace in our minds, peace in our hearts. And let's face it, that's magic. Here's a great exercise, especially if you've got a group of people. It's called swinging laughter. But you can imagine that you've got your hands on a swing and you swing up. You swing back. Yeah! Woo! And if you don't want to hold the swing, you can just swing your arms. Swing it up. Swing it back. Swing high. Really great embodied, full-bodied movement there. and it gets you again out of that restricted, confined, uptight experience into being a bit more playful. I just love this exercise, and I really hope you do as well. It's so important, isn't it, when we acknowledge other people, when we say, I appreciate you, I appreciate you. So in laughter yoga, we bring our thumb and our forefinger together and we go, I appreciate you, and then we laugh. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And you can even from your heart go, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So we know that there are songs written about sorry being the hardest thing to say. And for some people, saying sorry is quite challenging, it's difficult. And there's a beautiful way to say sorry with laughter yoga, and that is we follow the Eastern version and then we can do the Western version. So the Eastern version is to take your hands and grab with your thumb and forefinger, cross over and grab hold of your earlobes, tilt your head a little bit and laugh. It looks like this. I'm sorry. So that's sorry or forgiveness or apology laughter. In the West, we'll sometimes put our hands towards our chest and then sort of lift a hand up as if to say, I'm sorry. Maybe you've done that before if you've been shopping and you've clipped the back of their heels with your trolley. Sorry. So what's lovely about this is it diffuses some of the tension that we have before we make the apology. And then in making the apology, laughing about it lightens the mood. So forgiveness, or I'm sorry. A lot of people take themselves very seriously, right? And you know them because they don't laugh as much as they could, as much as they should. And when we take ourselves so seriously, we cannot take a joke. Now, with laughter yoga, the good thing is we don't have to tell jokes. But what we do want to do, the only kind of thing we want to take seriously, is being able to laugh. So with laughter yoga, we've got two ways of laughing at ourselves. Just the silliness of the fact that we make mistakes, the silliness of the fact that we take it all so seriously. You might want to take your fingers and point them towards your heart. Or you could take your two thumbs and go, ah. Laugh at yourself. Hey, hey, hey. Ah. And this is also my mistake laughter, right? I made the mistake. You'll see that coming up later in our 40 foundation exercises. This is an exercise that is enormous fun to do in groups, and it's called electric shock laughter. And I'll show you how to do it online as well if you're doing a laughter yoga exercise online. So how we do the electric shock is we approach the person with our finger, and then we get a shock just as we touch them. Hey! And we jump back. So we like, hey, hey! And that's the exact same way that we depict it on camera. If you're doing a laughter yoga session online, once again, drift your finger towards the camera and then pretend to get the shock. Hey! So it's all about that reaction and then laughing. Have the reaction and then laugh enormously. Electric shock laughter. Hey! In everybody's life, there is a favorite, right? There's a favorite. In laughter yoga, I have a favorite, and I'm about to share it with you. It's called silent laughter. Why do I love it so much? Because in silent laughter, it's the fastest way to get real laughter. Let's take a look at what's involved. You inhale, you hold, and then you laugh. No sound. It's not long before a real laugh comes. You can actually feel the belly laughing so loudly. Let's do it again, breathing in. Silent laughter. I love it. Silent laughter. Right, our next laughter yoga exercise is called guru laughter. And this is a twofold laughter exercise because we know that we can learn from our mistakes, right? So we can learn from our mistakes, but how much better is it to learn from the mistakes of others? This becomes guru laughter. So it works like this. I learn from my mistakes. I learn from the mistakes of others. It's a lovely, really open chest body language, and just having your hands back like this and laughing. Sometimes I even like to flap the elbows a little bit. That's guru laughter. Here's a beautiful exercise which reminds us of just how connected our laughter makes us. It's called oneness laughter, and it's like this. We hold the laughter in, and then we share the laughter out. So together we are combined. Together we are connected. Oneness from me to you. Here's a wonderful way to express generosity as you are experiencing the 40 foundation laughter exercises. Imagine that you've got a whole big bag full of generosity, right? And you dip in and you share it over here, and you share over there, and you share here. Sometimes I share my whole bag. Hi! So generosity laughter, it's a lovely, beautiful, warm, expressive, giving thing. And it is lovely to share laughter, isn't it? There are various ways to describe the laughter juice, but it's almost like you take all of your worries, everything that you've been worried about, pouring it into this ear, right? Pour it in, so worried. And now with laughter, you can literally now just crank it out. And because of laughter, you can drink the juice and you feel so much better. It's a strange one, right? So you put all the anxiety, everything's so bothering, and we pour it into the cup, we pour it in, and then we drink it, and it's all better and we laugh. This is a beautiful tradition. When we were in India, for the Laughter Yoga World Conference, there was a couple that were getting married at the hotel that we were staying in for the World Conference. And I saw Dr. Kataria do this food blessing for the very happy couple. And it looks like this. You bring your hands up and you make the sound ho, ho, ha, ha. But now you tilt your hands over the food. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha. Yes, you can only imagine how tasty food is once it's been laughter blessed, right?
Very good.
As you well know, with laughter yoga, we always have that laughter cream, right? Where we imagine taking the jar off the laughter cream, and as it touches our face, we laugh, right? This next exercise that I'm going to show you is such a delight. It really works beautifully with kids, in care homes, for corporates and communities, in your club, anywhere that you do this exercise, it is sure to be a delight. Now, it can be, you can use the concept of a lawnmower, you might like to use the concept of a speedboat, but the whole situation is that it's one of those pull motors, right? But it never starts the first time. So every time we have to start it, it starts with ha 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 ha. So so what we do is we encourage people to take that action, do that in breath and the ha 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 ha, and then we build it up. So 1 or 2 short starts, and eventually it does start. So if we imagine we've got the lawnmower, so first of all it's ha 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 ha. Now you've got the lawnmower. And you can get your whole group mowing the lawn, whether you're in a corporate setting around the corporate boardroom table or wherever you are, but it's great fun. If it's a speedboat that you're starting, the same thing again. Eventually we get it, and we can imagine that we are on the speedboat and we're guiding the boat in this way. It's fun to see everybody in the group kind of either mowing lawns or going around in their imaginary speedboats. It's a beautiful example of childlike play. It's also the exercise, the stretching, the breathing, and the fun. It's a fantastic laughter yoga exercise. I'm going to show you the signature laughter yoga exercise now. It works like this. We offer our hands going forward and we inhale, pulling towards the chest. And then we lift our arms up and we laugh. Let's take a look at that again. Inhale. Lift the arms up. I'm going to show you the yogic part of laughter yoga. It's to do with breathing, and we are talking about 3 lobes of the lungs. On the left hand side you have 2 lobes because it needs to make space for the heart, but on the right hand side we have 3. So the upper exercise for the upper lobe is this. We go into reverse namaste, inhale, put the hands behind the back of the neck, and we exhale. To activate the middle part of the lungs, we go into namaste, reach into mountain pose, and exhale. And for the lower lobe, we bring back our lions. Do you remember laughter yoga? We remember the lion laughter, right? Inhale. So let's review all 3 of those, okay? Into reverse namaste. Ha 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 ha. Into mountain pose. And into lion. The 3 lobe breathing right here with laughter yoga. A lot of laughter yoga is about breath work, it's about playfulness, it's also some stretching. So we have a breathe, stretch and laugh exercise. I invite you to bring your hands together, interlock them in front of your chest, and then extend them out in front of you on an inhale. And then on the exhale, rise up, stretch up above your head like this. Beautiful. Feel that lovely stretch. Maybe even arch your back a bit further. Stretch, 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 and laugh it out. Let's do that again. Bringing our hands up, interlocking, inhale, stretch the hands forward, and then reach up. And stretch, 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 and laugh it out. Some variations on that. You might want to interlock and stretch and lean, stretch to the side, stretch to the other side, come back to center. Lovely to open up the body and to breathe, stretch, and laugh. So in our next exercise, this is childlike playfulness. You can do various different things, like fill your cheeks with air, do la 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 la, those types of things. But another great exercise is to put all of your enthusiasm and energy into being silly and childlike in the way that they love to play. And I'm really hoping my little dog Luna comes and joins us in this video, but let's go. So it looks like this. You take a deep breath in, hold, 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 and then laugh and slap your thighs. Luna, are you here? Are you here, my baby? What did you say? So as adults we take ourselves very seriously, and if we can be a bit more playful, this one is really enormous fun and I highly recommend childlike play. This exercise is very important for care homes and for anybody who has chronic ailments, because they know only too well about physical pain. And so when we laugh at physical pain, we're not laughing out of irreverence, we're laughing as a way to bring some relief to the physical pain. So choose anywhere at first. You might say, I've got pain on my chin. Ha ha ha. Oh, ah. Toothache pain. So you get that feeling, right? So the laughter at the physical ailments actually brings about relief from the physical ailments. And I really hope that you enjoy the lightness of being through laughter yoga and some pain. We are arriving at one of my most favorite sections in the laughter yoga exercises, because now we get to be playful and we can act some roles, right? So a very popular exercise is airport laughter. Now, very often we are rushing at the airport, right? So we can do some running laughter, but hey, where's your suitcase? Well, we've got to run with the suitcase, right? That's never easy. Now we've got to look for the gate. Where's the gate? Where's the gate? Now imagine, most of us have traveled before with suitcases that are too heavy, right? Eventually picking up your suitcase to put it through so that it can be boarded, right? Lifting up your suitcase is a heavy thing, but where is the gate? Where is the gate? Where is my boarding pass? Where did I put it? So in a session, you can build this up and have enormous fun of going to the wrong gate, running to the right gate, finally getting boarded, finally when you're on board, trying to get the seatbelt to close, you know, oxygen masks are here, exits are here, all sorts of things. May I have a drink? Whatever is up for your entertainment and fun, enjoy yourself, because it's also an opportunity to get other people being more creative with their laughter exercises, because we've all traveled and we've all had a very difficult time of it sometimes when we travel. When we bring laughter to it, in fact, all of our travel lightens up ever more. Where's my cat? You are watching the 40 foundation laughter exercises, and it is household chores. Now, some people love cleaning house. Some people find it the worst thing ever. It all depends on you, possibly on your mood. But what we suggest with laughter yoga is laughter always lifts your mood. So if you have to wash the windows, ha 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 ha, we laugh and wash the windows, right? If you have to wash dishes, ha 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 ha, wash the dishes. If you have to vacuum, ha 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 ha, if you're dusting, if you've got to, you know, move snow out of the front door, ha ha ha, ho, ah. And actually, this is a really good exercise to do with the whole family, because it makes it fun to do household chores. But if you are the only person who's in the family, and if you don't like having to do these things, just by bringing some laughter to them actually makes it much easier to handle. All the best with your household chores. This is a very popular section of the 40 Foundation Laughter Yoga exercises. It's to do with the animal kingdom. And here we can imagine what the animals move like, what they sound like, maybe what are they doing in their world, right? So it makes sense that we could have a chicken that's going ho, ho, ha, 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 right? I always have an elephant because I love the elephant. You might have a monkey, you could do anything. You could have a cute little squirrel that's doing things. So what's lovely about this is being able to picture the animal. use the face to get animated with the type of expression the animal makes, then get creative with the sounds that the animal makes, and then get into the body language. What about a crocodile? Ha ha ha! The animal kingdom will open up for you and you will have enormous fun. Now, if in your laughter yoga class you are looking for something that is very energizing and a lot of fun, the number one I would recommend is sports. So you could imagine that you're playing tennis, right? You're bouncing the ball, you're getting ready to serve, right? You could imagine that you've got a basketball and shoot. You could imagine that you are boxing. You can imagine that you're swimming. Anything to do. You could even be fencing, right? So what is lovely with this exercise is everybody gets to do the sport, whether they're good at sport or not. And you can play with the sport actions, change them around, and then get creative with how you mix it up between the ball sports and the equipment and how things are going with the game, who's winning. And most of all, of course, it's a lovely aerobic exercise. Now, if you are doing laughter yoga in a seated environment or with limited mobility, you can still do the laughter sports, but just in a smaller way, and that's okay. For example, seated, you could imagine playing some table tennis. Ha 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 ha. You can imagine throwing darts. Ha ha ha, right? So the most important thing is movement, fun, and because people have some kind of familiarity with sport, they will enjoy this series of exercises. This particular series is involved with a beauty parlor, right? So this gets to be enormous fun. As you well know, with laughter yoga, we always have that laughter cream, right? Where we imagine taking the jar off the laughter cream, and as it touches our face, we laugh, right? But this is a beauty parlor that's a bit different. Maybe this is a beauty parlor where there's some waxing. So imagine that we are heating the wax on this side, and now we're going to wax the arms, right? So we're going to put it on the arm. And through anticipation, we're going to get used to ready. We're going to just ease it up. So we're getting ready. 1, 2, 3, right. We've got the edge of the wax and we're going to pull in 1, 2, 3, pull. Ah! So we can do waxing, we can do chest waxing, we can do eyebrow waxing. So the beauty parlor is another fun range of exercise. You might want to do some eyebrow lash plucking. And just I'm going to put some lips on. Dr. Kataria often, when he does it, it's so sweet because, you know, Dr. Kataria famously has no hair, right? So you'll often see him doing his braids. And then he loves to put his lipstick on. He calls it copy paste. So he puts it over there, copy paste. This is fun, it's playful, and it's great to go across genders and just play with it in a light-hearted way. We might want to do some shaving. And of course, whether you have a familiarity with that role or not, doesn't matter. The whole point is we are getting more and more playful. I hope you enjoy beauty parlor laughter. In the final few sections of the 40 Foundation Laughter Yoga exercises, these are designed for group activities. So I'm going to just describe them for you and encourage you to try them on when you have a session because they are enormous fun. The first one I want to share with you is head on belly laughter. So how it works is you have to get people to lie at right angles to each other so that somebody's head is lying on somebody's belly. And once you've got the whole group all together in that way, as you're doing some laughter, you literally see heads bouncing on the laughing bellies, right? It becomes hilarious because the more people are laughing, the more the bouncing happens, and it is great fun. So that is head on belly laughter. In the next group exercise that you do, This I will often use as preparation for the meditation that we call laughter meditation. It's to do with getting everybody into a circle, move them forward closer to each other, and then let them turn around and lie down. In other words, all their heads are in a bullseye. So the heads are all in the smaller circle in the middle, and all the legs are facing outwards in that way. Bullseye laughter means we have all that head energy and we can laugh on our backs. There's something about the laughter once we are on the ground, and again we can feel the belly. And that leads on to the laughter meditation, which is exceptional. I recommend doing the laughter meditation after every single laughter yoga club, because that is where you get the free-flowing laughter, where all the catharsis lives. So bullseye laughter, have fun with it. Ha ha ha. In the centipede laughter, we have a few variations. This is a ground floor exercise. So since we're already on the ground, we're going to be on our backs and we simply lift up the legs, and then we can do this with our legs. Ha 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 ha. It's like a centipede, right? There are some variations. You can also call it brat laughter, where you pretend to be a brat who's having a bad mood, throwing a tantrum. Ah! Outstretched arms. But that is enormous fun to do with the legs moving and the arms moving, and you're on your back and you're in a group, and it's great, especially in a boardroom. Where you get people dressed in suits doing laughter yoga. It's one of my favorites to do. Centipede laughter, give it a go. So rowing laughter is great when you are doing laughter yoga for team building, but it's not for everybody. If people are willing to try it, it's great to get everybody to sit on the floor with their legs like this, one behind the other, one behind the other, and then they pretend to be rowing. So we inhale, ho, and we exhale, ha, ho, ha, ho, ha, ho, ha. What is quite fun is if you've got a very competitive office environment, if you set up two rows next to each other, right? And we imagine that we're racing, ho, ha, ho, ha, that can be quite fun. But as I mentioned, it does become a little bit intimate. It might not be for everybody to be seated on the floor, legs like that. If it is a bit more conservative, then by all means, seat people on chairs and they can still do ho, ha, ho, ha. But what's great about it is it's very expressive. It's a lot of fun. It feels like you're working together as a team. There are some variations. You can also go ho on the left, ha on the right, and you can make variations like this. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha. And you might say, you know what? We're getting closer to the waterfall. We need to get out of here. Go backwards. Ah, we're going over the edge. Ah. These are the ways that we get office people to be more creative and more playful. Why do we do it? It's so important. It's important because most of what they need to do in business involves innovation, creativity, and by being market leaders, they can tap into what they learn through these laughter games and discover just how innovative they are as a group. So give it a go. Rowing laughter. Wrapping up the 40 Foundation Laughter Yoga exercises, Dr. Kataria has added this specifically, a laugh for world peace. Never before has the world been in so much conflict. Never before has there been so much anxiety and stress. And so what Dr. Kataria invites is that we step and put our hands over our hearts, inhale, and then stretch our arms up and wide and we laugh for 1 minute. So when you can get a group to do that exercise, they will discover that 1 minute actually takes quite a long time, right? But there is something of a journey that they go on, discovering just how beautiful it is to think about other people and that our laughter can contribute to world peace. I hope you enjoyed your 40 foundation laughter yoga exercises. Making laughter a part of your life will change your life, all for the good. A reminder, I'm a laughter yoga master trainer, so I love to teach leaders and I love to teach teachers and to do sessions online and in person. This is my heart's desire, that more and more people find emotional, physical and mental wellness through the unconditional and really joyful nature of practicing laughter yoga. For health and happiness, keep laughing, it's really good for you. Ha, ho, 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 ha, ha, ho, 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 let it all go. Time to say no. Just laugh it off when you're feeling sad and the feeling inside.